I was tired of cutting grass in my fenced-in garden area, so decided to replace it with something useful. So I dug out all the grass and installed raised beds. There was one raised bed there when we bought the house, and also we were very blessed to have full mature blueberry bushes in the garden. To get started, my grandson came over and helped me build the first raised bed. It was a great learning experience for him. He learned to use lots of tools, and it was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed working with him and teaching him how to do these things. Here, we put down landscape paper and filled the raised bed with dirt. It was placed beside the old raised bed, and the plan was to put river rock over all of the landscape paper. Without my little helper, I decided I'd do another little project. So I found some scrap wood and rabbit wire to build a trellis to place between the old and the new raised beds. I spray painted it black to look more like iron and hoping that cucumbers or something will grow up it. It should last for several years. Next, I wanted an arbor to plant grapes around and on each side, and my oldest granddaughter came to visit, so she helped me put the top on. I love how it turned out. Another granddaughter came to visit. She helped me place paver bricks under the grape arbor to set a garden bench on. Oh, how I dream of grapes growing over the top to give shade in the summer. At this stage, I had built several more raised beds. My initial plan was to let this be the first phase, but there was still grass to contend with. And not only that, within only 3 weeks, grass was growing up through my landscape paper and river rock that I already had put down. Man, was that discouraging, but what a lesson learned. Cheap landscape paper is like throwing your money and your time away. And I just wasn't having it. So I bought much thicker landscape paper. I pulled back all the river rock and all the rock that was down, and I just started all over again. So having the first phase finally in shape, I just decided to go ahead and complete my whole dream of a bougie garden. I built all of the raised beds and then hand dug out all of the grass before installing landscape paper and river rock. The project used about 400 bags of river rock. My dream was finally coming together. In addition to the raised beds, I had a large area that I thought would look neat with a fire pit and chairs. Well, every fireplace needs firewood, so I made a firewood rack using concrete blocks and 2x4s. Then I put paver bricks under the fire pit. It was pure joy to watch the granddaughters pick blueberries off the blueberry bushes. The grape arbor, garden bench, and fire pit area are such a nice touch to the garden. I made a side table with a large clay pot and saucer, and this is a great place to store fire starters and a lighter. On one side of the garden, next to the fence, I made a flower and a medicinal herb garden that were really pretty in the summertime. Then using an old metal tub, I had another area for culinary herbs. I absolutely love how it turned out. I also then used paver bricks as a border between the garden area with the rocks and a grass area that I did leave that had zoysia grass. Last summer, I got a late start on growing veggies due to redoing the whole garden and designing and digging grass and all that kind of stuff. But I did harvest a few things. I was able to have onions and beautiful flowers and squash, and I loved how the cucumbers grew up over the trellis that I made. They were just so pretty and easy to harvest. And then I also planted strawberries in the fall, and also I had garlic. Now those things, this is the garlic, it won't come up until this year. A new year has begun and a lovely snowstorm came and covered the garden. It's time now to think about spring planting, but I will enjoy the snow for now because I love it. But I do look forward to planting and filling all the beds this year. There will be more to come about my garden experience, so be sure to subscribe, like, and share so you don't miss anything.